In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl REESE, aka the best that ever did it, aka it's Madness Monday again. And then this is another edition of Madness Monday on the Morning Max Show. Today, as usual, I got my boys with me. I got my $1 million producer, Mr. Molly Moore, $1 Million Moments in the house. He's making sure everything is going well back there, and we gelling. And I got my little songbird with me, my boo, Trayvon.
Good morning.
Hey, Trey.
What's up, y'all? Good morning, love. How you?
I'm good. You know, I always introduce you as Trayvon.
Yeah.
Do you want me to introduce you as something else, or you want me to add, or say your full name? How you want me to say it?
I mean, Trayvon is cool with me. Trayvon, Trey, T, Songbird is good enough for me. You put that on the map. You start saying that. So, I mean, whatever, I'm neutral. Either way.
Okay. Well, how was your weekend, Mr. Neutral?
It was all right. I mean, I got some time to get out. I'm still working on those things I told you I'm working on. And that's coming along. But it was all right. I mean, I got some sunlight, got some out time, some time to get some fresh air, cleaned up, straightened up, did what I needed to do. It was all right. Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Okay. I know that's right. Look, today is Madness Monday, and I'm gonna bring some good positive energy because I had so much negative stuff that you saw on in the news and around the world this past weekend. It didn't make any sense. You can't go to the park without getting shot. You can't go to a funeral without getting shot. You can't even ride along in your car. You can't even go to the grocery store. You can't even go to the movies. You can't even go out to eat without fear of getting shot. People are losing their damn mind. Losing the mind. Lost the mind.
I don't know what it is right now, but you're right about that part.
And if you're not getting shot, you're getting ran over or you're getting stabbed or choked. So, I mean, they just, honey, insanity is at an all-time high. You know, and April is also mental wellness month for men. Men, we have not forgotten about you. And you guys need it too. It's so much for our men, especially our young Black men. There's so much on them on a daily basis. And we need to be able to be there as women to support our men, stand by our men, and help them if we can. That's what we're here for. We're here to help them if we can, help them maneuver through this thing called life. Together, our people. And I sit around and I ask myself this question: have I been a sound pillar for men to talk to, or to like, sis, let me ask you a question, or mom, let me ask you a question? Have I did my due diligence and finding out what's going on with the men in my community, the men in my life? A lot of times men are strong and quiet and they don't want to talk. And sometimes getting conversation out of a man is like pulling teeth.
I mean, but if I can answer that quickly, I mean, I feel like you had.
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
just boosting you just because I'm on your show and all of that. But the truth is, you carry a certain energy that's already inviting and welcoming anyway. So I never felt like you were someone I couldn't talk to. I mean, as you know, and those have seen you, where I've seen you and met you, know that when you get on stage, you light it up, you make it do what it do, but you are like warm and inviting when you talk to people. You don't sit there at the table and just wait to get called up. You actually talk to people, and you just seem like that open person, the person at the party that's going to say what's up, say hello, say how you doing. But yeah, I think you have that type of energy that's warm and inviting that way. Yeah.
But I want to be there for the men in my life that needs me. Not only my son, I got you, my son Trey, and Molly's my brother, Slicky, my brother. Good morning to you guys. And I just want to be there for all my brothers and sisters. Because I realize that then that I see that I'm getting older, I'm looking through different eyes. People say, well, Reese, you can't see. No, visually may be diminishing visually, but spiritually, I'm feeling an awakening.
I know
You could
that's right.
call it the ancestors. You could call it whatever you want to call it, but I'm feeling differently in my soul about a lot of things,
I know that's right.
and I just want to react different or be the person that I am called to be. I'm still working and navigating this thing called life too, but I want to be able to be there for my people, especially my black men, to give them the support and encouragement that they need for those who that's woke and is trying to do the right thing.
Because we definitely do need it. Like you said, I mean, we definitely it's hard out here to say, to show emotion, to say what's wrong, and to find someone that actually cares and think twice about it. To be honest, people don't realize it's kind of hard being a man. Um, on different levels. It depends on whatever you're going for, whatever your definition of being a man is. It's actually kind of difficult to be a man when a lot of what goes on with you and a lot of what you have to address in life is dismissed. So you have to face whatever you're facing as, just as is. You always got to shrug it off as it is what it is. And men get tired of saying that. You get tired of saying you want someone to ask you what you feel like. But oftentimes it's weaponized when you do share what you feel like. So I understand why people don't want to say nothing, especially, I'm sad to say, but to females. Guys want to be like, man, I got this going on. I'm, how I do this, how I do it, deal with that, instead of saying, look, Miss Reese, or look, whoever, that, this is what I got going on. I'm feeling so down, I'm feeling so out, because we get the suck it up type of notion, put on us when we got something going on. So I understand that. I do understand that.
Now, why would you think, baby, you get dismissed? You said whatever man's going through that you feel like you got to suck it up because you're being dismissed. That's what I want to stop, that feeling of being dismissed. Because
well, you can't stop that. That's the thing. You can do as much as you can as a woman, as a motherly figure, as a sister-like figure, auntie, all of that. You can do all of those duties to your full potential, like as much as you max out on that, because it's needed. People need a little reason to speak up on things and a reason to say, this is what's bothering me, this is what's going on. But it's just, I hate to say it like that and close it off with it's a man thing, but that's really what it is. I mean, you got to be here anyway. If you're not somewhere around here, then you lose it. You at least got to be here. Not to mention those that are like alphas or excelling in whatever it is. But in life, we can't really slow down for emotion. I'm not saying that. Oh well, I'm not trying to say on the other side, like with women, that you guys can, but it's just a little different. Shouldn't stop you from talking, because you should be in tune with your emotions and what you feel like regardless. But yeah, that's why. So it's not as simple as you want to make it. Yeah.
Gosh, you men are deeper than what we
Men
think.
are emotional. Men are emotional. If this, the crying or whatever, or whatever men try to say women do, or they're about, or what they expect out of women, men are far more emotional, because women usually, until you take them there, they're not throwing fits and throwing stuff across the room and just doing certain things that guys do. It's yeah. Guys are
Wow.
emotional. Yeah, guys are emotional.
Because like everybody know, I have a son, and he's not a much of a talker. He don't talk much to me, and I think it's because I am his mother, and he tells me that when he do talk to me, I overreact. I'm like, oh, somebody bothering you? Oh, let's go get him. Oh, time to roll out. He was like, mom, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I know I'm a hoverer, and that's because I'm like that with Molly. I'm like that with Slick, because I will call Slicky in the heartbeat. And if he tell me something going, I try to be there for my brother as much as I can, mentally and spiritually. I can't be there like I would want to financially for them, so they gotta wait for the bag. I wait
Right,
for the money, then I can be there
right. Then,
financially. Be able to hook
yeah.
the people around me up. But I ain't Richard Pryor yet. I ain't Dave Chappelle yet.
I
I'm
understand
on,
that.
I'm going. I'm trying to
On
get
the
up
ride.
there,
Yes.
and best believe when I go, my circle that's around me, my family that's around me, they're going with me. So I'm telling all, no new friends, no new friends. What's the circle that's around me now? My children is around me
rock with
now.
that. I
So
rock
it's
with
not, that's what's going with me. Not when you get up and get the bag and get all of these new acquaintances and all that. Business is a business. But
Yes,
your
that part is
family is
true.
going to be your family.
That part
So
is right.
I'm taking my family with me until they get to acting up. Then I got to unplug them. Then, if that's the case. But hopefully I'll be able to go and elevate some other people, some lives, and touch lives as I go. To change lives. If I could get to one, each one teach one. And
Yes.
all should know. If I can get to just
That's how it
one,
should be.
then I did my
That's,
part, right? You didn't say
that's how
each
it
one
should be.
teach the nation, each one teach millions. But if you can, that's great. It just said
Right.
each one teach one,
Right.
and then pass it
That's how
on like that. So, but yeah, so other than being there for them, like they could talk to, or if they need to fight, we can go fight. Me and Slicky fight all the time with each other and other people. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
And that's all right. And that's all right.
Good morning, Jackie Brown. Hey, Miss Jackie.
Good morning, Miss Jackie. Good morning.
Uh, we were talking about Trayvon. If you just, for those of y'all who just tuning in, we were talking about emotion and men um, not uh, expressing themselves fully, or like, because I was telling him that I want to be there because this mental awareness a month for men, and I said I want to be there for the men that's in my life, that's in my circle. I want to be there for them as they brother, they sister, they auntie, they mama figure, someone that they can go and talk to, because you don't have to hold it all in. You don't have to be strong like the Rock of Gibraltar. But Trey was telling me that you do. You kind of, men feelings are dismissed, and it is what it is, and they got to be up here to function. Not mention the ones that's above, that's really up there, but at least up here to function. Did I say that right?
Yeah. You said you accurate. Spot on. Spot on.
Okay, and like I know it's important to the village for the men to be healthy mentally,
Mhm.
to be just more than physically, but to be in that right mindset. I know, because we need men. I'm not one of those women that say I don't need a man. Yes, I do. That's part of my genetic makeup. That's part of me.
Exactly.
I do
Exactly.
need my men in my life. I need my son. I need my daddy. I need my brothers. I need my uncles. I need my cousins. I need my homies.
And it's okay to
So
say that too. It's okay to say that. That's the thing with
we,
people. It's okay to say that, you know?
because we're a village. Although I am strong, I'm a strong female. I've done it all by myself and everything, but we still need each other to make a whole.
Right.
Man and woman together makes one. That's when we come together and makes one. No matter what we acting or moving on, that means we need to be united
Yes.
as a culture, as a group of people. When the old people can listen to the young people, and the young people can listen to the old people, that's called culture. I
Yes.
learned that. I learned that. And who was that said that? I can't remember, but I learned that. I don't know if it was Morgan Freeman, Dick Gregory, or Denzel Washington, but I think it was Morgan Freeman. But and that's
Actually,
coaching.
all three of them are great examples of what regardless of, for those that might know of them and research them, regardless of anything they got into or any mishaps or whatever, those are actually three great people that I definitely read from a lot, especially Dick Gregory. He's actually in the minds of the young people. Dick Gregory still has the minds of the young people, is gaining more traction, for what what he's done. You
And Marcus Garvey and Umar. Hey, Molly,
know,
is she
Dr.
on
Umar,
yet?
Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar. Look, breaking news. We got $1 million baby. She gonna be on the news today on Fox 5. So we are waiting for her to get on there and perform. That the $1 million baby come from the $1 million moments. And that
I
was the
know that's
one that
right.
when Molly made her, that was one of his $1 million moments.
I know
I
that's
am
right.
so proud. Yes, I am so
Yeah,
proud.
I would like.
Yeah,
So
you know,
whenever
Fox 5 ain't having it. I can share, but it ain't showing nothing. When I try to share the clip, you probably can hear it.
Like,
Who's our first model here? Nothing, this is Lanaya Robinson, and she is wearing, she's styled by, of course, Queens of Royalty. She has been with us for 5 years as well. Cool. I'm going to post it on Instagram and this shit before the show out.
so she's modeling on Fox 5. I'm just letting the world
that's
know that my
that's
little
top tier.
niece, Lanai
That's top
Motley on
tier.
Fox 5. Molly, go
No,
ahead and
I don't
talk
know
about
her yet, but
the show.
big up to you. Like that's top tier. You on the news?
Go
Yeah,
ahead, Molly. That's his
yeah.
$1 million moment. He took that moment.
Okay.
And look, there you go right there, Molly.
I know that's right.
I'm so proud of my brother. And I love to be there and celebrate good things that happen to their lives. And I think that's what part of being part of a village is about. And for some reason, like I said, as I got older, my spirit changed. I'm not the same person that I used to be. And not because I got sick or got had an epiphany. That played some part in it too. It's just because I let God work on me, what was in me. And maybe he had to sit me down. Maybe I had to go through to what I needed to go through and all the bad stuff that I went through to make me the person that I am today. You know what I mean? Because I was bad. I wasn't listening. I was out in them streets, honey. I was so and so. I was something other else. But maybe he needed to say, you know what? I want your life to go in a different direction. I want different for you. And maybe that's why things happen the way things do. And all I can say is thank God that I'm still here. I'm in my right frame of mind. I may not got all what I want, but I'm pretty sure I got all what I need. He provides for me, you know. Wait a minute, where Trey go? Where my son go? Is it still on? Okay. But I was listening to Dr. Umar, right? And I know y'all heard me say, good morning, Kim. And I know you guys heard me say it over and over again about how, first of all, America is the melting pot. All immigrants and everything come to America, everybody, for better, right? My ancestors, I was raised and born here. I'm not African, I'm just American. I'm not, well, part of, I'm a citizen born on this continent. I never been to Africa, but my ancestors was born here on slave ships. Some years ago, some may already been here. The indigenous people of this continent. Basically, what I'm saying that I worked all my life here. My mother worked, my grandmother worked, and her mother's worked. I could go back 6 generations that worked here in this country, right? We paid taxes or whatever we did. I know I had all my credits, right? So when we go to apply for our SSI, we get what happened. I'm coming back in other phone, something shut off. So, okay. Okay, that's Trey. He's coming back. He's back. Wait a minute. Okay. Trey, you with me? Say something. I can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
I was saying that on my other phone, I was watching you because my phone had shut off for some reason.
Okay. Not a problem. You are back right in the nick of time. Now, over the weekend, I was you heard me say this time and time again, and then I turned on to Dr. Umar was saying the same thing that I've said. I've said time and time again how hard it is for us here in America, Americans, to get our benefits such as Social Security or any type of help from the government, right?
Oh, yeah.
You heard me say that on many levels, right? So how is it that they let other countries, they let other people come here who have not put one red cent into the bucket, be able to take out of the bucket? Now, I'm listening to Dr. Umar, and it didn't surprise me because I've been saying this. I know what's going on with the Ukraine. They said that the government got it set up that the people from Ukraine could come here and pull SSI. Did you hear what I say?
Well, the fact that I think the fact that well, number one, we're all profitable. If you know what you know, we're all collateral. We're all, profit is streamed from everybody that exists in this country. But they, whether they be because of things going on in different countries like wars or people just trying to move here for whatever the reason they're trying to move here for, they are bringing in and reaping in far more, a bigger profit because of their existence. And that's due to research, just to paying attention to what's on the news, paying attention to what, what's going on. But they're far more profitable, like living here, to the government. So I understand why it's not right.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that the people from Ukraine are more valuable to the government than the people who live here, vote here?
Anyone coming in. Yeah.
Is valuable to them more so than us that grew here. See, yes. I didn't. You flew here. I grew here. Those people are coming to my country. We cannot go to another country and pull their benefits and pull their resources. Can we go to Switzerland or Italy or Germany and pull on their Social Security plan or their benefits?
Now, though, there are certain countries you can go to and you are welcomed in as a citizen, after you're sworn in as a citizen, you are able to get, benefits and healthcare and stuff like that because you do, live there officially, but not the way you can when anyone else benefits from moving here. No, that's not the same level of a setup or foundation for yourself to keep going. It's a lot that's, it's actually, as much as they shun it on the news, it's actually on paper, it's a welcome packet that they're sending out. A welcome packet that they're sending out. They can try to portray themselves like, oh, this is such a problem. Oh my God. And do you know how many, well, I'm not going to say specifically, but how many illegal citizens I knew, like by name and knew, for a long time that can get caught up and be sent back to their country, so I'm saying that because I've known a lot of people who came here on the past to work and get some American money, take some money back to where they're from. That's because of knowing people. So it's not all just what I read on TV or read in an article. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's like a welcome packet.
Molly, I'm sending you right now what Dr. Umar is saying right now, Molly, and see if we could get that on and play that.
I love Dr. Umar though.
To y'all. I mean, I believe what a lot of he's saying, but he strikes me as being sometimes a narcissist. But I mean, not in a bad way, but I'm just saying.
It's not a good narcissist. Just say what you feel. I feel you though, because he does a little bit too much, and his it should be lessons, not attacks. He takes stabs at the subject he talks about.
Right.
He's real informative, but he takes stabs at people instead of being informative, so it can be, people can receive it.
Because I would like to have him as a guest on the show one day. I would love, and my girlfriend was like, good luck with getting him because he on his own platform thing. But see, that's just it. It's not, about being on your own platform. We need to be on the same platform together because we could make a difference.
Yeah.
Because we could make differences when we go out there solo, but we could really make a difference or a movement if we just unite. And I just don't know why our people don't unite like other cultures, other people do. Well, and I know part of it got to do with PTSD from slavery, which a lot of people won't admit to, but that's where your stinking thinking comes from. That's where you're turning your back on your village comes from. That's where you ratting out your village come from. That's where you catching each other, overseeing each other, holding each other back come from. All of that was part of Jim Crow. The breaking down, the way they tore it up.
After a few little, I don't want to say a few little, like I'm trying to downgrade the situation, but I say Black Wall Street being one of the main objectives. After that was dismantled is when the process of truly breaking down our households, regardless.
Let me let you in on a little secret. Black Wall Street wasn't the only Wall Street, Black Wall Street. Look up the Red Summer of 1919, where like 20 different cities and states burned for the same reason. They all yell, rape, rape. They're looking at a white woman or they touch me, and they gave them, that was like the rally call. You looking it up, Red Summer 1919, baby. Mm-hmm. Tell the people what you find, Trey. Tell the people what you find, honey. I love it.
Is the Red Summer. Red Summer was a period in mid 1919 during which the supremacist terrorism and racial riot occurred in more than 3 dozen cities across the United States and in one rural county in Arkansas. I'm sorry, this screen is a little toe up.
It's okay. You see, it's a lot. And they don't want to give us the reparations because they can't give us reparations. Do you know we didn't get free because Lincoln freed the slaves and all that? Do you know that when they freed us, so-called freed us, they paid those farmers? Did you know that? Everybody with a farm got paid for their property, for their collateral. Did y'all know that? Go back and do the research. The government paid for us. The government paid for us, honey. So think about that. If the government paid for you, what that mean?
That you
sold. The government paid for your freedom. That mean the government own you?
Yeah, that you sold. Yep. That's exactly what
and
that is.
They paid the farmers. So the farmers, we didn't get our reparations. Farmers got paid for each slave that they had. Them southern farmers did not lose. Okay? They may have lost the next year crop, but they got paid for us. And
now, I have a question. One question. Do you think before he plays the video, do you think that in today's time, because this is my personal opinion, I feel like in today's time we should move on from the idea of that?
We try to, but it's like you got to know your history, you know what happened, so you won't come again. Remember when I always say that you don't go around stuff, you don't go under it, you don't go over it, you go through it to break it up, to bust it up. And we, as enslaved Africans or indigenous people in this country, we never ratified that. We never bust that mess up. We would always go around it, or we would try to sidestep it, or we would even try to correlate or get along. We need to bust it up and break it up so it won't be a difference. So it won't be a cause. So it won't be when you go for a job that they looking at your color or your skin to say if they want to hire you or not. It won't be that, so you don't have to worry about that nepotism. It won't be the fact that 85% of the company is white, and because of the affirmative action, they got to hire 15% other race. See, and they about to take affirmative action out of the laws. See, affirmative action was put there so we could get ahead. So when you take affirmative action out of the law stating that you don't have to have 15% a minority, that you can have an all-white company if you want. What you think gonna happen to our black people in place in certain companies? Not all companies, but all companies have to adhere to that law. And the people in Raleigh and at Harvard and Stanford and all of those big colleges, because they said it's not fair that they have to give their seat to a minority because they have to meet a minority quota. Because they figured somebody, a white, deserved that seat more so than that minority. We fighting against all of that stuff. We gotta break up bigotry and racism. When are we going to look at each other just as people instead of colors?
I think it's and I agree. I definitely agree. I think though that we still need to move past and get our own. I understand how much of how much a certain, how much white people in general, families and stuff generationally have passed down the same wealth and not, and been able to multiply off of wealth back then. I understand our differences.
Trey, you just answered your own question. See, you said that black people need to get our own. We had our own. We had wealth to be able to pass down to our families. You know what they did? They bombed it. They dropped a bomb on U.S. soil on the people. They bombed you. Now we had our home. They took it. They wiped it out. Central Park used to be.
We didn't get it back though. That's my thing. I'm tired of people we didn't get it back though. That's my thing. Because if I lose $5, I'm gonna get it back. I'm not gonna.
You were scared. They scattered it. They took your land. Okachie. What they did, they went in there, ran the people off their land, and took those people land. You had your own land. You had a community. You had your own stores doing good. They came in there and burnt you down, rioted you. The people were scared, and they ran the people off. They was hanging you. So what you gonna get back? How you gonna get that back? They come and hang your brothers and your sister. How you gonna get that back? And they said, if you come back, we're gonna kill you and hang you. Tell me how you get that back.
Well, I feel like it's 2023 now. I'm not dismissing anything.
We're still trying to recover from it because all of that land they building highways on, they building prisons, and they building companies on was our land. We hold the deed to that. Do you think they're gonna give it back to you? Do you think you're gonna knock? Excuse me, Mr. Corporate. This land that your factory's on belongs to my family. Can we have it back? What you think they're gonna do to you?
Well, I feel like they can. I feel like in response, they can do what they want to do. Because I wouldn't be. It's too many, and I'm speaking on today's time and what's available in today. So I'm not really speaking on back then and what we had access to. Because now it's way too many innovative ways to with saving. To become your own millionaire, to become your own boss. Now, I would say that in today's time, it's so the time we're speaking from. We got to remember we're speaking from a time where we didn't have all this stuff. You can literally be your own taxi driver and work, 6 hours a day and make a whole day's worth or 2 days worth of pay or whatever. Or, it's too many ways now to be. That we need to go back to the subject of us collaborating and putting things together, because that becomes a force versus individual little businesses trying to build a street of businesses. Somebody drop a dime on, or people put their money together to drop a dime on buying a block, and it's a business block, and there's nothing but black business on that block. We are making excuses, I feel like, now.
No, sweetie, it's not excuses. Let me give you another example. Okay, let's go and apply for a business loan, right? We're going to get turned down because Wells Fargo was turning down left and right. That's why Wells Fargo is being sued. We are getting turned down for business and minority loans. But other people can come in, other race, other cultures, just like the people can come in and get SSI. They ain't never put in a till. They'll come in and get a loan right off the bat, okay? And they own SSI so they can rebuild their structure again. Okay, they won't give us the same breaks, or they tax the hell out of us in different areas. You get, like you say, you got your business and you pay into taxes so it can help take care of you when you get older. There's not going to be no take care of you when they get older because they taking your tax dollars and paying somebody that from another country that ain't put nothing into the pot. So when you go back to try at 65 or 70, whatever your retirement age is, to say, okay, I worked all my life, I drove, I had this company, y'all taxed the hell out of me because you know the government taxes the hell out of you. Okay, now where's my love? Where's my retirement? You don't have it. We gave your retirement to the immigrants that was coming in from other countries. Sorry, so sorry. So sorry. This is what you're working against. Or God forbid something happened and you get sick and become disabled or something. You be like, okay, well, where is the money that I put into the till? Oh, sorry, we gave it to another person from another country. Sorry.
I feel like I have a lot of things to consider because the idea of money and stuff is changing anyway. It's going to be digital soon anyway. You know, we're not going to, the physical holding up $1 and buying a bag of chips, that's not even going to exist soon.
Well, I'm not talking about the physical money, even the print of money, even on a card or even being digital. You got to have money in that digital account. You got to have that credit for that digital account. And
but why aren't we saving? That's my question. I don't hear anybody talking about saving or buying things one at a time, investing in equipment for their whatever, or investing in supplies in bulk one at a time or over a year's worth of time or a couple years. I don't hear anybody stockpiling. It's a lot of things that we need to come together as people and discuss and talk about. And I will bring some of those ideas to the forefront, but it's way too many ways that we can, as individuals, without anyone, because I'm not looking around for anybody to do anything, anymore, because I realized, like, growing up, how cutthroat this world is. Reading, the little bit of history they gave us in our history books, and wondering, asking my teacher, getting put out of class. I was one of those. Well, what about Black? What about, are you being disruptive? No, I want to know about what I did. I don't want to be just a slave. I don't want to just learn that every day.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I don't dwell on that, and I know what I'm not. We're not. On paper we are, in a way, but that knowledge we need to look for and gain is to how to navigate on paper like everyone else does. Everyone else knows how to weave between each other, and we weave between the lines on paper and get it done. It's way too many ways to,
We have to stop the steal. And what I mean by stop the steal, because since we got here, we were stolen even to be brought here. Our ideas, our ideologies, our history, our identity, everything was stolen from us. So we have to figure out the way now to stop the steal. Even with the migrants, immigrants, or whatever you coming from other countries, taking money out of the till, that when we put the money in, that's still a steal. We got to stop them from taking from us. And we got to try to hold on to what we got and accumulate more. So I hear what you're saying, brother. I hear what you're saying. You are absolutely right. We have to figure out as a culture, as a people, to stop the steal. Stop them from stealing you. Stop them from stealing your ideas, your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams. Stop them from stealing. And we need to start building blocks. Like you said, a saving, whether it's 39 cents. Did you see the video? Whether it's 39 cents a day.
39 cents a day.
You saw the video, right?
Like, you people act like y'all too good.
Molly, let's play the first video. Let's play the video that I sent.
This is plenty.
He keeps saying 39 cents. Why you keep saying 39 cents?
For the price of a cup of coffee.
Why it can't be the price of an Arizona iced tea? They 99 cents.
Because it's not the price of in Arizona. It's got to be coffee.
It don't though.
Plus, coffee is way more expensive than 39 cents.
It's 39 cents. You know, for a starving village, you people have a lot of energy. Maybe people should send their checks someplace else.
Oh, so you asking for a check? Yo, why would you ask for a check?
You settle for a check.
It's got to be a check, okay?
Don't though.
Here's your coffee and your change, Mr. Daniels.
Perfect timing, Valerie.
Hey,
I
white
love
lady.
it.
Hey, how much was that coffee?
It doesn't matter.
I bet you don't even know what country you in.
I do know what country I'm in.
What country you at? What country you at?
Africa. All right, look.
If you want to see this cheap ass white man again, you better send us $200 cash right now.
39 cents is plenty.
He keeps.
Saturday Night Live. Oh man, I love
my
big
favorite
man.
I love her stand up. She's one of my favorite comedians.
I love it because he said 39 cents a day. Okay, and come on, let's face it. Them people over there is tired of getting rice. They're talking about some 39 cents a day you can feed the starving village. They only getting rice. But what they don't tell you is that there's a processing fee that happens when you donate money. Those people don't get all that money you donate. The government take their taxes out of it. They take whatever fees it costs to do processing and all that stuff. And they get very little. They don't get what you think they get. Years ago, they used to drop rice and stuff and dry milk, I guess it was, to starving villages in Africa because they wasn't going in there. They would be dropping off care packages and stuff like that. But I think a starving African want more than just rice. I'm sorry. I couldn't deal with it because I'm gonna need some meat.
I think somebody that's starving is still gonna take what they're gonna get though. You know, I wish things were better, and I wish we had put more money into going to Africa, because as actually Africa as a continent is developing like I don't know what. They're starting to be. They're not actually the lesser. You know, they're not the lesser continent or lesser people anymore. Like, you know, things are still rough in a lot of countries, don't get me wrong, but it's actually the place to consider, you know, making some moves to, you know,
going back the right way.
Yeah, because
you know what?
Actually, we need our own instead of like looking for anybody to be like, what can we give you, or what we're giving somebody else, or wait till later so I can give him some. And
do you know the history of Liberia? Look up Liberia. Liberia is a free country in Africa. And let me tell you how that started, right? And look up Marcus Garvey and stuff. They started the first black president, which was black. I think his name was Hancock, something or another. Well, anyway, they started a movement. All these white people was like, go back to Africa movement. And they said they was going to help us go back to Africa, right? Okay, it started off fine, but you know how stuff get muddied in the waters. And next thing you know, our people that tried to do that journey back to Africa, it was in Liberia. That's how Liberia was created, a free state and all of that stuff. But then we were paying for our ancestors stuff to come back, but they never make it. Our money was being snatched. People was getting killed. The cargo was thrown overboard. The ships would never make it. So that's what stopped that back to Africa movement, because they actually wasn't going back to Africa. They was you know what I'm saying. So and then that was a long time. Liberia, if that was the case, don't you know all our people that could migrate back would have.
Do you think that should be our incentive then? Do you think that's what should be, like? Should we be trying to get it here? Is America the place for us to get it? You know, I mean,
that's what I said. Liberia. That's what I was telling the young man. That Liberia was a free state started by blacks here that was doing the Back to Africa movement. You see, Professor Thomas, she's a professor. Anything you want to know black socially,
I love that
girl right there.
I didn't know that, Miss Thomas. I'm glad you're on here. I didn't even know that.
Professor Thomas. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell the folks. See, each one teach one.
I know that's right. That's what I like. That's what I like.
So
but that's what we need more of. We need more of people like Miss Katina to be teaching us our everything, and then we can get over that. When we know ourselves, we won't be worried about who can give us what. We'd be worrying about what we can do to get it out. Even if it starts off with 1,000 people, 1,000 people, that's enough to build a whole community with your own. You can do something can be done. We don't, like you said at the beginning, we don't band together, and that's the problem. I'm not looking for what Uncle Sam can give me or who's giving who what. I could care less if I'm getting it by myself. It's hard out here. We know that, but we got to move forward because we know what it is, and we're gonna keep
we got to change the government. We got to stop the steal. We can't keep letting them take and steal from us and give it to other countries what our countries needed. We got to stop letting them come in and infiltrate us and our community because thinking like they always crapped on us. We got to stop that. Yes, I have a problem with bring Dr. Umar video in, Molly, what I just sent you. I have a problem with them giving another country our benefits what we fought so hard for and can't even get. I have a problem with that? Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. It just don't. It's not right.
Right.
And listen to what Dr. Umar is saying on this video. Molly, I sent it to you on Messenger. You got it, baby?
In America, you can apply for SSI. Help me understand that, because we have the highest Black homelessness population since the 1960s. You got Black people living on the street because they can't find a job and can't get any subsidy, but you're going to bring immigrants. Didn't build this country, don't pay taxes, don't have a job, never paid into Social Security, but they're going to get Social Security benefits. You're taking from Black people and giving to white immigrants. If that is not the greatest example of white privilege in this decade, I don't know what is. That's not a civilization. To neglect those who built the country and give their resources to white people from another land is one of the greatest examples of disproportionality, bias, racism, and discrimination I've ever seen. So if you are a Ukrainian...
No, I'm playing from the beginning. We didn't hear from the beginning.
Help me understand that, because we have the highest Black homelessness population since in America. You can apply for SSI. Help me understand that.
Ukrainian immigrants.
In refugee in America, you can apply for SSI. Help me understand that, because we have the highest Black homelessness population since the 1960s. You got Black people living on the street because they can't find a job and can't get any subsidy, but you're going to bring immigrants. Didn't build this country, don't pay taxes, don't have a job, never paid into Social Security, but they're going to get Social Security benefits. You're taking from Black people and giving to white immigrants. If that is not the greatest example of white privilege in this decade, I don't know what is. That's not a civilization. To neglect those who built the country and give their resources to white people from another land is one of the greatest examples of disproportionality, bias, racism, and discrimination I've ever seen.
Yes, Katina, what you talking about? Now, this time you must be mad as Shad because they're already here and programs are already here. And did you see a couple of months ago on Fox 5, there is a program where they helping people, migrants, to get on their feet from beginning to the end. There was a lady from Ukraine. She's in the catering and the food business. This restaurant owner, it was right on Fox 5 News. Y'all can go back and look up the story. They got a program where they help them come in. And she said, we see them all the way to the end to make sure they're gainfully employed. Now, what kind of catering or cooking program that gets the people, house them, clothe them, feed them, and educate them all the way to the end to make sure they are gainfully employed and was not now blackface in the group? I want some programs like that for our people that will get our people from the beginning to the end, make sure they're gainfully employed all the way to the end. Now, that is an awesome program. I would love for some of our people to be able to get in and benefit from that. They are already here. They're getting grant money and governments. It's in Virginia, right there, Virginia. The name of the restaurant, I can't think of it. But it was right. I saw the news show and I was like, "This wow, that seemed like an awesome program." And
But we have those resources though, and I don't think we don't be doing enough research. We have our own people trying to do those things, but we don't. From what I see, we don't really like go to those resources and trust those resources as something that's going to put us where we need to be. Because even though I was only out of my home for like a week or so, because of things I had going on, as much information as I found in just a week, it's out there. We have to look for it. I really don't. I'm not saying you can just type in a couple things on Google and just have the answers for life, but we got to share our research. Like all that Miss Katina is saying, like we have to share what we know, and we don't. That's what you mentioned in the beginning. Like why aren't we building? Why aren't we? Because we're not sharing knowledge. We're harvesting everything because we hate for the brother over there or the sister back there to get a step ahead, to one up. Everybody's focused on the one up.
That's why it's like crabs in the barrel. This world is big enough so everybody can live comfortably and everybody can have resources. But because of people that's greedy and stingy and maniacal, diabolical, and maleficent, it's just so much evil that you want other people to suffer. You want
Molly right about that. Molly right about that. He said, hold on, he got to bring it back up because it went down. If you still believe you're Black and you come from Africa, then they got you. Break the program and they give me, my bad, my screen cracked. They give you specially religion. So, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I don't, religion is for man. That's something they do to keep you in control. And he's right about that. But that's how they subdued you into submission. But the control. They needed something. And they got how they get the masses. Oh, what's Katina saying? I see a lot of Katina.
Yeah, she said the white community today used to be Italian, Irish, Polish, etc. They became white because they wanted to be the majority of the population. Because there's so many faces just white. There's so many types of, like they call Kim K white when she's Armenian. Like it's so many type of backgrounds and people just chalk it up as Black or white or Asian.
Yeah, because they wanted to be included in. They didn't want to be excluded. They wanted to be included because the Italians and the Irish people, those are the ones that used to call the N-word. They used to call those N-word immigrants, and they used to be treated like Black people, like slaves was. But they got a pass because of their color. They were able to move up. Black people are still Black people. They still not treating us or acceptance to us.
Good morning, DJ Sticky.
That's why the Italians and the Irish, that's why they don't like Black people. Because they hated how they was being treated when they was thought of as that. So they took on, hey, do you want to be this or you want to be that? So of course they took the one that was getting treated better. And they went on that.
I feel like forget them.
But read what she said again. She said they used to be what? She's making a valid point. This is Monday Madness show.
The white community today used to be Italian, Irish, and Polish, etc. They became white because they wanted to be the majority of the population, which is true. And they realize that they're dwindling out as the majority. That's why they want to
bring the That's
Did I hear somebody start talking about Italians?
Yeah.
That was my first time in. Yeah. Miss Katina mentioned a couple different.
Go back and read what she said. Let me see if I can find it.
I was reading it.
Let me see. Katina, where you at, girl? Katina. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You popped in the last 5 minutes.
I know, but look at you ignoring. Yeah, because I heard what y'all was saying, and for the record, I want to be Italian. Don't lump me in with those crazy Karens and shit, please. Katina's on fire today. She's not wrong.
Their numbers have been shrinking. That is why they need to bring in more white people to help get their numbers up.
Ain't that what I said?
Yeah.
Is that not what I said? Ain't that what I said? How long have I been saying that?
All this brown starting to drown everything out.
Y'all, you know, this is like, there's a book called The Birth Dearth by Ben Wattenberg. It was written during the Reagan administration, like over 20 years ago. And you know what they were saying? They knew this was going to happen. Yeah, they knew this was going to happen. So why do you think we're all being treated the way we're treating, specifically Black people and brown people and people who aren't white? The fuck?
Okay, she said the white community today used to be Italians and Irish and Polish. She said they became white because
we blend.
They wanted to be in the majority of the population.
We blend.
Exactly.
We blend. Because I remember back in the day that my grandfather wasn't a liked man. My grandmother's mother and father
blended into the white community.
They didn't like my grandfather because he was Sicilian, because he tanned, because he was brown.
That's sticky.
Oh, she's got control, Slicky. Be nice. I'm gonna tell Mama if not. Look at him.
What did he say?
He's saying poor job this morning. Get control, Reese.
Get control of what?
I don't know. I feel like you got control this morning. I just popped. Thank you, Molly, for letting me in for a few minutes. I couldn't help it. Once I saw the Italians pop up, I'm like, oh, I can't stay long because I am at work, but I love you guys.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Thank you. And I'm going to be hanging out. Did you tell everybody what we're doing tonight out there?
Nope. Go on.
You know, this bitch doesn't brag about the things we're going to be doing. Well, she's going to be performing. We're all going to be performing this weekend. I'm dragging her out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're doing open mics. Tonight we're going to be wicked and go to the Village Bra House, the German place in Old Town. Tomorrow night is going to be our huge hanging with Auntie Gwen at Bar 210. And then on Wednesday, Althea and I can't wait. On Wednesday, we're going back because it's my favorite, and I hate to admit it because of Dwayne White. You know how he gets on my last nerve, but you gotta love that guy because he has that riff mic, man. All the comedians' names go in a bag. All the comedians submit topics, and then you just they call your name, they pick a topic, and whatever you gotta do. And this woman here, that woman, I don't know, wherever she just, the first time she did it, she ran with it. She don't believe me though. Look,
I think Michelle be trying to gaslight me because she loves me and she encourages me a lot. Because Michelle was like, "You did great, you did great," and I'm sitting here like, I fumbled the ball. I know that I fumbled. She still is saying, "You did great." And she was like, "Nobody knows your joke but you. Don't nobody know that you fumbled but you."
Hey, woman, I'm not going to yell because I'm at work. But why the hell would I partner up with you and be fucking funny if I didn't think you were going to be fucking famous with me? You know you're golden. You're golden. Your aura matches, your hair matches your aura today.
I feel I got some sleep today. I got some rest. Yesterday I cried. It was the Prince anniversary. He died, some years ago on April the 16th. So, and I was just like, oh, missing Prince. And I just went through my, Purple Rain series, And then, it started off with Stevie Wonder. It started off watching the Outsiders.
DJ Sticky said we got to help ourselves first of all before we talk about helping anyone else.
That's right. He's right. He's absolutely right. And then we got to make a link. We got to link up to other people that help themselves. And then we can link up to other people that help themselves so we can help them. That's why it's called Each One Teach One and All Should Know. And the saying, am I my brother's keeper? Well, actually, yes, you are. If you want to be your brother's keeper.
Look at my mouse pad. Look at my mouse pad that I have at work.
What
stay positive. It says stay positive, work hard, make it happen. So the key is stay positive and hang out with your positive, loving friends and family, right, Althea?
That's right. Positive, loving friends and family, and make it happen. Only you can control your destiny. You can make it happen.
That's right.
Hey, Alan. Blessed up, blessed up.
Oh, good morning, Alan. Bless up, Alan. Oh, Lord, Reese.
Good morning, Alan. What's up?
Like they coming in at 11:30. The show start at 10:30. So I changed my hours from 10:30 into 11:30, 12:30. Should we go to a later link? Because don't nobody never come in on time they're supposed to, Island.
You know what? That may not be a bad idea because it's like around because Molly, but
I mean, because it's closer to lunchtime. You know, that's
closer
probably
to
why.
lunchtime.
Everybody trying, wrap up. Yeah. Everybody trying to wrap up the last of what they try to do before they start that.
So you guys, you mean change it from 10:30 to
11:30, 12:30? If we could pull that off. If the man behind the counter is accepting of the man behind the curtain.
Let's say, what do our audience say? Katina, Slicky, Alan, Jackie, Molly.
Alan said he was in a meeting. Alan is always on time though, and DJ Sticky, they always on time. They always in the comments.
Do y'all think that we should
the main
change it?
people?
Honestly, they change church to late at night.
What you say?
Did they change church to late at night?
No, I mean I'm asking because I'll go.
The morning Mac show, you stuck in the morning. You can't get to the afternoon. You can't get to the afternoon.
11:30 is still in the morning. 11:30 to 12:30.
I'm dead.
No, 12:30 is in the afternoon.
Yeah, but 11:30 is in the AM. I'm doing both the AM and PM. How about
Nah, we gotta switch the show then.
How about we call it? You can call it maybe the brunch bunch show. Like brunch, it's not quite lunchtime. It's not quite breakfast.
I don't care if it's
if something not broken, don't fix it.
That too out there.
It starts in the morning.
Man, we not catering to people. They got to cater to you. You tell them to get on here at 10:30.
This is your platform. It's not their platform. They ain't putting in no shares. I ain't hear you talk about shout out to such and such for making a donation. I ain't hear none of that. So I wouldn't be adjusting.
Nobody made a donation.
I wouldn't be adjusting.
And Alan said we should rename the show to Lunching at Lunch. They'll even make a logo.
No, we gonna keep the Morning Max show 10:30 to 11:30. Be there, like my man Fishbone and Ronan would say. Be there.
How can people not want to make time for you out there and see your beautiful smiling face every morning?
And somebody afternoon show anyway.
This is a brand. The Mac Show is a brand. Don't change the formula. The secret, the Krabby Patty secret formula. Don't change that.
Althea's got the secret sauce.
Okay. Yeah, but Alan always in here. Alan and Sticky always in here, and Kenneth.
Yeah,
they always in here. Nene and Rico, they always in here.
Yes, they're good fellas. Thank you for your support.
The majority of that strong support is better than people that chime in, sometimes and all that. So that little support is better than
And you know what? And because of Trevon, we're actually getting good at reading the comments now. We can have conversations with the audience.
Thank you. Because I hate when I watch somebody live. Look, I'll tell y'all in a second. I hate when I'm on TikTok watching somebody live and shit, and then you say hello 3 times, and they don't say shit. Bloop. I'm cutting it. Bloop. Right. Oh, fuck that. Nah. Bloop.
Well, love you. I'm gonna pop back off because I gotta get back to work. I just want to say
hello.
And y'all gonna end anyway. So stay blessed, and I'll talk to you. I'll see you later out there. You ready?
Yes, I had a girls pack. Like the wine, this lemon lime.
Don't make me excited to see those girls later out there. Come on now, I gotta work. Don't be distracting me like that, girl. Love everyone.
All right, love you too.
Molly?
Yeah, I couldn't share the clip earlier, so this is the best I can do. baby girl was on the news. They was hating. They wouldn't let me.
Shows I ever liked, whether it was Seinfeld or Dukes of Hazzard or
sneak peek this morning. Who's our first model here?
This is Lanaya Robinson, and she's styled by, of course, Queens Who Loyalty.
That's
She
dope,
has been with us for 5 years as
Look
well.
at Black Girl Magic. I don't know what it is.
This color here is gorgeous.
Okay, so Antonella, tell me about this jacket because I might need it in my life. I mean, I know this is for kids, but
so not only do I design, but I also style. So when I saw this jacket, I pretty much wanted those colors to pop. One thing about me, I also support a lot of local vendors.
Shout out to you, Love. I know you don't know me, but shout out to you.
And I just put all of the pieces together to
I like to see that.
That's my baby girl.
All right, our next model.
You know, talking about other stuff.
Check her out,
That's
man.
that's what's gonna break the seal. Let's keep doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Find out what you like to do like that, and we ain't gotta hear what nobody talking about.
That's my niece. You already know the group, man. She was on Fox 5 this morning. She doing her thing.
Yeah, make sure you share it in the group so I can see it up close and personal. But all I heard was Anaya Robinson. That's all I needed to hear.
I'm gonna send you the clip. I got you, Reese.
See, that was your $1 million moment. See?
Oh yeah, the first time on there. That's like her third time modeling on Fox 5. So, but it's with the same
those are your $1 million moments. She is your $1 million moment. That moment that you created that baby. Boop. That's me.
It's all in her now. All my dreams over there somewhere. Everything invested in her. Everything. I had my time. It's her turn.
Let her sort it out. She'll sort it out for you, Poppy.
Oh yeah,
she look out for her dad.
That's what's up, dog. That's dope.
Madness Monday. Back on here tomorrow, 10:30 to 11:30.
Turn up.
Keep it there, 10:30 to 11:30.
That's the time.
And if we go over, we go over. We go over sometimes anyway. We be running over after 12 on Freaky Fridays anyway. So we're gonna keep it.
That's when you catch the after 12 stuff. That's the after dark.
All right, y'all. I see y'all in the back room.
Okay, not a problem. See y'all.
Peace.